show me, mother, show me a remedy.
Dionne's going to sing with us today, but before we do that,
Yes.
yeah, perhaps you'd like to tell us how you got onto music.
First, I was raised in a musical family. So my father's a musician, my mother is a passionate advocate of everything creative and musical. And my brother also has the best voice in the family,
Wow.
Jason Benoit, but he does not sing. He's very shy, which he shouldn't be.
What sort of style of music do you play mostly?
I love everything, and lots of different styles of music. So without being pretentious and being like, oh, actually I'm one of these people, that's not what I mean. I just love different styles. So I've got rock songs that I've written. And I try to get my rock out and all that kind of stuff. And then I get my blues style, which I love singing blues as well.
Yeah.
I also used to love singing, one of my favourite songs ever when I was a kid is raindrops on roses, whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles, warm woolen mittens, brown paper packaging tied up a string, la da 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 da. So I was in a musical here, and there was a bunch of a musical theatre.
Yeah.
And I went along and I saw this audition. I was like, wow, that'd be super cool. That'd be amazing to audition and to be a chorus line. I just thought I'd be in the chorus. And so I went along and I just tested a little self. And then I sang Proud Mary. And I got cast as Shirley Franklin, which is one of the female leads of the musical here. Now, about the musical here, it's about a protest movement that happened in the 1970s against the Vietnam War. So one of the parts of that was a case of a personal interpretation of representing freedom, not just in yourself, but for the world around, but personally showing it. So the way that they did this in here was that there's a scene in here where you appear naked. I know for myself, as soon as I knew that there was a nude scene in there, and I understood my character, Shirley Franklin, she was very strong. She was anti-protest, anti-Vietnam. She was a protester, and she was all about fighting for the rights of people. And I was like, you know what? This is actually not about me as an actress. This is the whole point for me personally of actually stepping into that character. So Dionne, I'm now Dionne Stanbridge. Dionne Bidwell at the time, she wouldn't have gone on stage naked, but I wasn't her. I was Shirley Franklin. It was a very discreetly shot scene. It wasn't like blaring house lights and you just standing there going, g'day. It was like tastefully done. It was all like backlit, so you sort of saw shape and form. But there was a part you walk on stage and you're just standing there naked. So yeah, it was really quite freeing to do that.
And of course you've moved on from then and you're doing more theatre now, with film.
I am doing a bit of film work. So I've been very blessed to have a very, very cool friend of mine. His name's John Rain, and he is an indie filmmaker over in Pennsylvania, over in the USA. He has been a buddy of mine, and he is shooting a vampire film as soon as all this COVID stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. But he's offered me a small part in there, so I'm going to be. I've been offered a part which I'm going to be in the first movie. I've also got 2 of my original songs. I've got Tourniquet Sugar, and which is a rock song, and then I've also got a hip hop song called Toaster, and that's also going to be in his movie called Evergreen is the Blood, the vampire movie Evergreen is the Blood. He's also making it into a trilogy.
Wow.
And he's got more movies coming, and he has. There was talks behind the scenes of flying myself and Laurie over to Ireland.
Oh, how cool.
And so having a bigger role over in Evergreen is the Blood in the next series. So
okay. Why the colour red? Why? Because of course you're called the artist red, so why red?
I wanted to get something so shameless. I just wanted to capture people's attention. Bright colours pop.
They do.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know how I'm going to get attention? And because it wasn't actually for me, because I did my hair red and then I started the Dionne Show. And the Dionne Show was about
We're
you.
going to talk about that.
The Dionne Show was about you, so interviewing you.
You did interview me.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So
I think I've been on there 3 times.
You've been on there? Yeah, Janice, that's right. So, and so it was that whole movement with having red hair and then having a show where I could interview you and getting people to stop and look. Because I didn't want, if I had just normal hair, I don't think people would have been interested in the artists. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
They might not have watched it, I don't know. Yeah. I'd only jumped on social media in 2016. Yeah. I had no presence at all. I was like, I'm not into social media. And then I was like, how am I going to promote people if I don't really have a gimmick?
Have a look. Yeah, it is important, hey? I'm still looking for mine. I'm still going natural. Yeah. Well, I'm not actually natural, but I mean, like,
It looks natural though, because of your big blue eyes.
Look,
you
I've
think
got my
you're like
80s look going on, still from the 80s.
It's good, called Mother Show Me a Remedy.
Funny how things always go not how I want them. Intentions good, no matter anyway. Cause good intentions can only mean suggestive. So I guess I'm still living as I was only yesterday. Yet there's a difference to this verse. I simply got too far to way too complicated. Mind's fought with the world, and a clock's face in my eye. Never been able to rest for more than waking up now to see me stay or shut my eyes. Chain me, strap me down, better hang up my hands to the floor. Nervous trying to still glow, but yet have a cigarette. My eyes always generating energy, yet I'm ozone friendly. Mother show me, mother show me, mother show me a remedy. Show me, mother, show me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, mother, show me, mother, show me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, mother, show me a remedy. Some days I wake up all bitchy for no reason. Mr. Sandman fucked up and put the sand up my nose, I suppose, but that's not my reason. I don't have one, I'm just a woman who finds smiling some days like I'm motherfucking sure. But there's a difference to this verse. I simply can't too far to way too complicated. Mind's fought with the world, and a clock's face in my eye. Never been able to rest for more than waking up now to see me sleep or shut my eyes. Chain me, strap me down, better hang up my hands to the floor. Nervous trying to still glow, better yet have a cigarette in my eyes. Always generating energy, yet I'm ozone friendly. Mother show me, mother show me, mother show me a remedy. Oh, 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 mother show me, mother show me. Oh, 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 mother show me, mother show me. Oh, 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 mother show me a remedy. Wrap me down, nervous industrial glue. My love's always generating energy, yet I'm ozone friendly. Mother show me, mother show me, mother show me a remedy. Oh, 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 mother show me, mother show me. Oh, 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 mother show me, mother show me.
So, the Dionne Show. Now, you must have had some very interesting guests.
Everyone has a different story.
Exactly.
I remember moments where I was talking to a young singer, and we hadn't talked about this in the pre-interview. She had experienced some horrendous bullying here. And we were talking about what music meant to her and where her songs came from. And live on camera, she was like, actually, I tried to commit suicide, and this has all happened to me.
Gosh.
And so in that moment, you can't go, okay, next question. Otherwise you look totally like you're doing what everyone else does and hiding it under the carpet.
Absolutely.
So you kind of have to just go there and find, okay, so, man, that's so bloody awful. I'm so sorry. So glad you're here with me now.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this? Yes, we can. I'm open to it. Okay, and then you start diving deeper. And that also allows for the process, the cathartic process and the therapeutic process of music. So it allowed her to say, hey, look, my song's actually written from this space. And so many other artists that I've been blessed to interview on the show have said very similar things, that they've struggled with depression, or they've had something in their life, because life is never easy, it's never going to be.
No.
They've had something in their life where music has been that solid grounding, that lighthouse, that lifesaver that has got them through it.
Has it been that for you?
Yes, absolutely. There's been so many times, despite the smiles. Generally, there are lots and lots of times where music has saved my life, and it's been it's what we write, I think, for.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the time, you just feel, you have feelings, don't you? That I think it's more productive to get them out than keep the feelings inside sometimes, because they can.
And I always found that I could write things on paper, and I could express myself far better on paper and through a song. And also not just the words, but it's that emotionality, that emotion that you connect. And then hopefully you go through that and then you realise, wow,
Yeah.
you know, I've come a bloody long way
Yeah.
from where I was, but you have that emotion attached to that song. And
Yeah.
that's what people connect with.
And I think too, you know, like just music is a general rule when you're listening, you know, you can go back to different eras, you know, and you connect with those songs, don't you, you know?
Yes.
And it just takes you back to a memory.
Yes.
Some songs do take you back to memory. So, I mean, yeah, and connecting with emotions, like you're saying, is just another thing, yeah. But anyway, you're going to play us one of your songs, so I'm not sure which one it is, and I'm looking forward to hearing it, because I was listening to the practice.
Yeah, so I'm just going to do original.
Cool.
And this is a song that I wrote called Ride. I was teaching myself guitar, and I'm still teaching myself guitar. And that's why I admire people like Jimmy Cara and Mark Taiperi and Jason McIver, and I don't know, everyone that can play guitar really well. I'm like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah. I mean, but you're really good, girl. You know what you're doing on guitar. But anyway, so I came up with this riff, which was this. On the road that I was hitchhiking home one day, turns with intelligent eyes and just says right, right. We'll go up the coast to a little place that I know, yeah. Dinner by the fireside with champagne's on ice, I'll be grateful, I'll be faithful, I'll be grateful, yeah, oh, looking in a man's eyes, a hard line to find love or lost. Am I the only one that seems to get the wires crossed? Yeah, crossed. Yeah, crossed. So come on, get your mouth and drive and get up and ride, yeah. Oh, come on, get your mouth and drive and get up and ride, yeah, yeah, right. I've got my first ever concert, and that is coming up at the Jam Factory on the 7th of May, and it kicks off with Jason McIver, 7 p.m, and then me and my band were on at 7:30, maybe 7:45, and it's just going to be all the songs that I have written. Well, not all of them that I've written, because you'll be there all night, but the ones that I've released on Spotify, Apple, blah 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 blah. Awesome. So if you want to head on to the Dionne Stanbridge page, or the artistry page, or the Dionne Show right here, or the Shirley Ryder Show, you'll also find the links there with events pronto. Go get some tickets, $15, super cheap, and yeah, grab some nibbles, bring it with you, and you'll have a fab night with mates.
And the Jam Factory, of course, is in Tauranga.
It is, yes, that's an important detail.
Down by the hospital on 17th Ave, right?
Yeah. Because I've never done anything like this before, so for me it's still like, it's such a big deal.
Oh, so you've got my favourite drummer playing for you.
I do.
Yes, that'll be great.
Yes.
Sly,
yeah. So.
And is anyone else? Who else is in the band?
Yes.
Is that a secret?
No, not a secret. Let's just shout these people out. Let me get settled. But seriously, like you see the artist Red and all that stuff, but I tell you, Fano, it is your backing band that makes you good.
And your soundman.
Yeah, exactly right. So if you don't acknowledge them, so I've got Billy Widemu, he is on guitar. amazing man, Sly, as we know, just the best drummer. We've got Azza, which I'm yet to meet. Azza's on bass.
Yep.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've got Brookie on
nice.
backing vocals, and then hopefully Jana as well on backing vocals.
Cool.
With pink platform shoes, but when we met I was a hot mess, and that didn't seem to bother you. You tell me that I'm pretty with my red bands on, and baby, even if I'm shitty, milking cows beside you, say that baby, baby, you're the one. I'm the one. These things I like about you. These things, baby, tell me it's true. You're the one, I can't get enough. These things, baby, I like about you.
And catch you guys later.
Okay, see ya.
Sweet.
Remember to hit the subscribe button if you want to receive more notifications of uploads. Also, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment. I love to hear from you.